Hello everyone, and welcome to a video tutorial showing you how to post blog drafts and full blog posts for our class. So for this particular tutorial, I'm going to be focusing on our first assignment, a blog draft, but the same basic principles go into creating a full and final draft. That work just happens to be more revised and typically assessed with more attention to quality of thought, originality, etc. But to start out with the draft. So this is our main page. You're going to need this window open, as well as another window open focusing on blogs at Baruch. So first I'm on the Blackboard page and I'm clicking on syllabus. Here's the link to blogs at Baruch. But also if I scroll a bit down, we have a 300-word blog draft on Crisis posted to blogs at Baruch and hyperlinked to Blackboard. Then, of course, you also have a reading for next week. So what do I suggest? First, you should do the reading for any given assignment, and then you should write the post, if there's a post assigned. In this case, write and post a blog draft about Gates, Locke, Crisis covers, or, key preposition here, or Donald Harris. So that means you can use any of these materials to talk about Crisis magazine covers. You don't have to use all of them. You may want to use them for practice. It all depends on where your areas of interest, what kind of passages you've been noting, and what sort of drives your thinking and your basically approach to how we're thinking about, or how you're thinking about, the Crisis covers. The final draft of blog post number 1 will need a category, blog post number 1, Crisis. It will also need to pose a question and then answer it, or offer an interpretive or analytical claim. So pose a question and then offer a tentative answer. This is how we develop knowledge. We have questions, we give an answer, and maybe that answer is fully persuasive and maybe it needs further development. But the point is, don't go for the obvious alone. Think about how you can take your knowledge one step further. And so that's the goal with this particular post. Maybe your question is, why are there so many mothers? And then you think about the interpretive stakes. Why the audience? Why with this audience? What do mothers express about Black communities when we see them across these covers of Crisis magazines? It's totally up to you. In terms of design, I want at least one form of media. In this case, it's probably going to be an image of one of the covers. I want you to have those categories, and ideally few grammatical errors. So as you've seen before, I have little typos all over the place. I think typos are something that we can edit and get rid of as we move along. But the main thing is, are you clear in your expression? Are your ideas being persuasively written? And bearing in mind, there are many chances to return and revise. And as far as the hot take goes, that was in the original syllabus, that'll happen in class on Thursday. So if I click on this link, I see that there are 10 possible points. I see the same information as before, and I see a text submission. This is where you're going to copy and paste the hyperlink to your blog post draft that you've done in Blackboard. So to show you more about that, let me raise this screen a little bit. And then take us to our main site, our blog site. Okay, so now I am on the page for our blog site. If you click on blogs, blog post number 1 is the assignment. You'll see here it says blog post number 1. The draft is due February 10th for in-class work, and then the final will be completed the following day. All the same basic information as in the draft or the assignment in Blackboard. But instead of doing a comment like we did last time for note-taking, if you go up to the top of the page and click Post, you'll see spaces where you can add in your title, type your text, and add in media. So you click on add media. If you need to add new media, you can drop it into this page here, insert into the post. You want to be sure after you've added the media to delete this automatic box that comes up. And ideally, as you're developing this work, you want to think about how much can I communicate through the design of this blog. In addition to getting an image, you also have the opportunity to add in a caption. So here you might want to describe a mother holds a young child. My typing again. ... and so forth. The important and sort of practical thing you need to do while creating these blog posts is making sure that you click your category, so you know how to find it and I know how to find it, any related topics, and then of course save and publish. So now if I click view post, I can see my post. Once I've completed my blog post, I can copy and paste the link at the top of the page, go back to Blogs at Baruch, enter in the link, and click submit. This will ensure that I, as the instructor, know that you finished the work and that you have double certification that yes, I finished the work, here's how you reach it, and so that you can continue to find it as we're building these different pieces that we may eventually use for our final projects. So that is the end of my tutorial. We will have other moments of going over how to embed YouTube videos, add in GIFs, memes, other forms of media in our different workshops. But for this first post, and generally speaking, you can add in media by dropping it in the media box, and then it ends up being incorporated into your blog post. And then of course being mindful of things like my captions, my titles, maybe hyperlinks to other spaces as you're building your class blogs. For this first blog, you're mainly focusing on your 300 words using the readings we've done so far to focus on Crisis Magazine. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing your work.